Danny Garcia gets dropped by Erislandy Lara in round number 7, I believe, in the boring fight, by the way, and then he goes and quits on his stool. His dad says, "Are you done?" And he says it's up to him, and then he says, "Yeah, he's done." That's it. Danny Garcia, the era is over. I can't believe it, to be honest. For one, let me tell you right now, this was a boring ass fight. Danny Garcia could not do nothing. Crowd, fans were booing for what on paper looks like not a really good card, with fights like Romero taking on Manuel Jaimes. You had Caleb Plant, Trevor McCumby, both, by the way, good, exciting fights. And then you have Erislandy Lara and Danny Garcia just sucked the life out of the event. Erislandy Lara is damn near 42 years old, by the way.
Garcia's a smart man, made smart investments.
Now, what we were hoping was that Danny Garcia, being the, I guess you could say, pressure fighter that he was never really a boxer to me. He was a hard-hitting pressure fighter, but when you're moving up to a new division, you know, you're relying on that power to carry up. And even though Erislandy Lara is a small 160-pounder, for example, this fight took place at a weight of 157 pounds. Still, overall, the styles. You know, Erislandy Lara's style, even if these guys were young, was tailor-made for a Danny Garcia who can be considered a somewhat slow. This inactivity has literally been destroying the careers of PBC fighters. Let's listen in.
All right, Moro, thank you very much. Erislandy. Abner will translate for us. Erislandy, what's your assessment of this fight? There was just so few punches. You only connected on 63 punches, him only 33. 17% and 24%, so there was just very few punches even connected upon. What's your assessment of this?
¿Evalúas tu desempeño esta noche? Solo 63 golpes conectados tuyos, 40 y tantos de él, no mucho contacto. ¿Qué nos cuentas?
Bueno, sinceramente lo que yo hice fue el trabajo mío limpio. Soy un boxeador estilista y Danny García, buen boxeador, pero bueno, lo llevé a la escuela.
I took him to school. I fought my fight stylistically, took him round by round, landed my shots, and, you know, again, I took him to school.
Did you think the punch that ended the fight was enough to end the fight?
¿Crees que el golpe que conectaste era lo suficiente para terminar la pelea?
Sí, yo sentí que estaba dando buenos golpes. Bueno, ya no tiré mucho golpe, pero bueno, casi todo lo que tiré lo tiré efectivo y dieron.
Yeah, I didn't throw much punches, but the punches I was landing was hurting him. I knew that, and of course, that shot that ended this fight was a big shot.
Congratulations, the oldest champion in Cuban history. Congratulations, Erislandy.
Thank you.
Gran campeón.
All right, let's walk across over here to Danny.
Thank you.
In the era.
Danny, thank you for taking the time. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's turn around here. So few punches thrown. First of all, you are okay?
Yeah, I'm good. First of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank Al Heyman. I want to thank Prime, my team, Garcia, all my fans around the world. You know, I'm sorry. I came off a 2-year layoff. I stepped up a weight class. I tried to be great. You know, it wasn't my night. No excuses.
776 days off is an awful long time in boxing, and then to try to accomplish this, was it just not able to find the rhythm or find the old Danny?
Well, probably so. I didn't think the layoff would affect me, but this is only my second fight in like 4 years, so there's no excuses. You know, I guess I couldn't catch my rhythm. I haven't been active. Maybe that was the reason, or maybe he was just better than me tonight.
Why so few punches thrown and connected?
You know, I felt like he had a strong jab. He was controlling the distance pretty good, so I didn't want to like overstep, and then he catch me with a dumb shot. I was trying to catch my rhythm, but I couldn't catch it.
And your dad stepped in and said, "That's it, no more." This man loves you more than anything on the planet, loves boxing more than anything on the planet, and he has been with you your entire career.
For sure. I mean, at the end of the day, he's always going to do what's best for me. You know, I apologize to all my fans. I tried to be great tonight. I tried to go for a 3rd division. I didn't conquer it, but I tried. You can't fail if you don't try.
So, Danny, will this be the last that we see you in boxing?
You know, I got to sit back and think about it. You know, I did have a long career. You know, I've been at the top of the game for 12 years. I tried to do something great tonight. It wasn't my night. It is what it is. You know, I take it to the chin like a true champion.
And I think everybody has fallen in love with you over the years for your performance in the ring and for the mental health issues and the struggles that you've gone through. Can you tell us how you're doing on that end and know that maybe the performance tonight is drawing some of the ire, but there is tremendous love and respect for you across this country and across the world.
I overcame things outside the ring, so, you know, if you go through mental health issues, you know, just stay strong. You know, I try to fight through it tonight. You know, it just wasn't my night, you know. I tried my best. It just wasn't clicking. I don't have no excuses. He was the better man. And I'm sorry to everybody, you know. I tried.
Angel, everybody's come to know you over the years as well. You've struggled with your health 2 times, practically died. And now to be here tonight.
Well, it was an honor to be here. See Danny fight. Might be my last time in my life. I don't know. Only God knows that.
Damn.
He's had enough.
Well, I mean, it's up to Dan, whatever he want to do. But whatever he want to do, I'm okay with it.
Thank you both. Appreciate you both. Thank you.
God bless.
I appreciate it.
All right, Morrow, back to you.
All right,
So-
Jim, thank you very much.
Let's talk about this. Now let's go look at this card here. Danny Garcia, for whatever reason, since 2020, right? And let's just talk about since December of 2020. He's only fought Errol Spence and Jose Benavidez. You see that? We were still on lockdown when he fought Errol Spence. The world was still shut down partially. And then Jose Benavidez, and then 26 months after a Jose Benavidez, we had a majority decision, by the way. He moves up another division and fights a boxer totally against the style that he has, that's, you know, and gets stopped. And he got stopped on like a real short punch. Now, mind you, this fight was dreadful. No replay value at all. Ain't nothing there. But I didn't like that little hitch that he did when he went down. Like, it was like a delayed reaction a bit. And he quit on his stool. Like, he quit. That's, you know, listen, I don't make the rules. He quit. So as far as Erislandy Lara is concerned, before I talk about these layoffs, who does Erislandy Lara fight at 160? It's a dead division. You got Janibek Alimkhanov, the WBO and IBF champion, who's going to be taking on Andre Mikhailovich. You know, ill. What do you think about that? Carlos Adames, ill. I'm guessing that's the only fight that really makes sense to me is Carlos Adames versus Lara. And then the new blood, like Hamza Shiraz, you know, and Chris Eubank Jr., I guess, you know, Liam Smith. But if you look at it, 160 is barren. Ain't no real money in that division. You know, ain't nothing there unless, you know, until the 154 pounders. But all the 154 pounders, outside of maybe Jermell Charlo, looks settled in at the 154 pound division. Remember, Crawford's new to the division. Tim Zewing moving up no time soon. Virgil Ortiz is new to the division. Sebastian Fundora, he's got fights lined up. Erickson Lubin is staying in the division. Israel Madrimov is staying in the division. So as it stands right now, it's going to be a barren wasteland for some time. And as far as Erislandy Lara is concerned, you know, we want to see if it gets better competition. But listen to this. Danny Garcia struggled tonight after a layoff. Stephen Fulton struggled tonight after a layoff. So look, let's go look at these layoffs. Let's go look at these layoffs. Stephen Fulton, 14-month layoff. Caleb Plant, what is that? 16-month layoff. Erislandy Lara, but low-level competition. But before that, he was on nearly a 2-year layoff before this year. Danny Garcia, layoff. You see what I'm saying? These layoffs are not good for these boxers, especially at when they get, you know, in this age. Now, they'll never blame Al Heyman, but if you think about it, you know, like more fights, more money. And now instead of having maybe 2 to 3 paydays, you have just that one. And you have to, you not only you're getting that payday, but you're rusty. You know, Caleb Plant struggled with a Trevor McCumby tonight. Stephen Fulton struggled with a Carlos Castro. Danny Garcia gets stopped. Erislandy Lara, I guess you could say, was the fresher fighter at 41 years old. Makes no sense. A lot of these fighters, even Adrian Broner pointed it out. You know, like, you have to keep these guys busy. You know, they're depreciating assets. You know, the body, they get older, you know, like they start getting into things outside the ring. And then you have, listen, either way, I think that Danny Garcia could beat Lara 5 years ago, could beat him today. You know, if it was at 154, you know, listen, Lara would beat Danny Garcia, I can say 8 out of 10 times. 9 out of 10 times you might be able to say. But as it stands right now, it's just like that inactivity, man. It's sad to see Danny go out like that because, for one, I believe it was like after round number 1 and 2, it was like he was like 0 for 10 in punches landed, and it was ugly. It was an ugly fight, no replay value. And that fight alone dropped the rating of the card, because even though Fulton Castro was like Carlos Castro who, Romero versus Jaimes, Manuel Jaimes who, Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumby, nonetheless those were competitive, exciting fights, all 3 of those. And then we get to this one, Danny Garcia, Erislandy Lara, and it just stinks it up. I feel personally, this is what I said on my Twitter. Also follow me on Twitter, by the way, at TstreeT Controversy. And also my secondary channel, the link is right down below in the description box. TstreeT Uncut. This is where all my live streams are going to be going forward. And my regular videos are going to be here on the channel. So the link is down below in the description box. And here is my Twitter. But this is what I said on Twitter. This was a forced fight that I believe was the only real option for both fighters to meet their contract demands. I would not be surprised if both Danny Garcia and Lara making $1 million each or around that amount due to the previous guarantees on past market values. And I strongly believe that. I believe that because Danny Garcia, before tonight, and Erislandy Lara both command a lot of money. At one point in time, up there with Errol Spence, and this was before even Deontay Wilder. Guys like Danny Garcia, Erislandy Lara, Keith Thurman, these guys were making big time guaranteed money. And I still feel up until this fight, this was forced because this was the only time and the only fight where they can make their guarantees, and they had to be on the undercard because, to be very honest, at one point in time, it was rumored that they were trying to make this its own pay-per-view event, a couple of years ago. And it makes you think like, ew, like this fight has been booked. They've been trying to book it for a couple of years now. And that's how Erislandy Lara ended up fighting Mick Zarafa, because Mick Zarafa was supposed to fight on the undercard. So boy, did we dodge a bullet, and rest assured, PBC would have put this shit on pay-per-view as its own event, and we would have been just disgusted. With that being said, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Make sure you drop a like. Follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy, and all the links to my social media are literally down below in the description box. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.